So say it on many of my videos, if you are putting up tents in windy weather like this, in cold conditions, your shelter is going to keep you alive. So make sure that you put one of the guy lines through a carabiner so it's anchored down just by your rucksack. So that's the tent pitched. A little bit challenging, and these gusty winds. There's some hail and ice blowing in now. What a superb shelter. These are the conditions that it's designed for. Very testing, blustery winds, ground anchor's doing well. But I'm going to get inside my tent, get my sleep mat inflated, get it nice and comfortable, and just get out these icy showers. There's a bit more rain forecast for later, which is going to be fantastic. But yeah, it's been a while since I've had a camp in some great conditions like this, so I'm very much looking forward to it. Let's get in and get set up. I'm nice and secure inside the tent now. The winds are just gusting around outside and there's just hail showers blowing in. It's really good, really atmospheric and really exciting. All I need to do is get the air mat blown up. Got a Neoair X-Lite, which I usually take. I've got a Thermarest trekking chair. My mate Al from Bushman and Blue uses one of those, and something I've been looking at for a while. And all it does is cleverly sort of just allow you to use your Thermarest as a chair, so you can sit up in your tent, be a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more relaxed. So I've got that. I'm going to be trying that later. Got a lovely Reindeer Stew, some nice single malt, and it's going to be a brilliant winter camp. Got everything: icy winds, snow and hail. Superb. Absolutely superb winter skies and expansive mountain views. So this trekker chair, just a piece of fabric and some straps which convert your Thermarest to sort of a 90-degree bend, so you can either do the sort of leg end as well, so it's like a chair, or I've just done the head, and I'll just show you how comfortable it is. I can just sit up nice and supported and sit back and relax. It's a nice position to read, or you could even put it at an angle whereby you wouldn't actually need a pillow. You could actually sleep like this, because I like to sleep with my head elevated. So yeah, it's a great bit of kit. I'm really impressed with that. I'm nice and warm, and it's just an amazing camp so far. Well, I think you'll agree these views are absolutely unreal. Got those lovely pastel shades in the sky behind me. As we move around, you can just see this wintry scene. Really is fantastic. It's bitterly cold, but it's superb fun. And this is what it's all about, making memories, looking out at things like this. And this is partly why I make the videos, so that I can look back on it. I've got them stored up for when I'm old and grey, or what hair I've got left is grey, you know, and I can just sit back and watch them. So we're starting to lose the light. The temperature is really plummeting, so I'm going to get a nice brew on with a little bit of jaw in as well, nice hot chocolate, with the addition of some nice single malt. A nice warming drink, and that'll be really nice, so let's get that on. Oh, the snow coming in. Hey. So we're going to have a little splash of Jura in this one, just for that extra fiery kick. That'll do. Not too much. Cheers everyone. That is nice. As you can hear, it's been hailing and there's quite a lot more snow forecast throughout the night. I'll just keep that, don't want it to come in, but you can see Tony, he's in a Soulo as well. Slightly newer model, there's some very subtle differences on the tabs which hook onto the poles. Well, there is Tony, nice and warm and cosy, lit up, and this fantastic camp, really atmospheric, isn't it? And this is what it's all about. Snow on the ground, hopefully some more is going to accumulate throughout the night. We'll have a great time. It's time to boil up some water for the reindeer stew, and we've just got 1 can of Sling It Out stout. That's going to go really nice with that. It's been superb so far. The only problem is being sort of tent bound in this bad weather. I've not brought anything to read, but I don't really mind that because I've just been sat here listening to the hail, the rain and the snow on the fly sheet as it gets colder, so it's all good. It's time to get something to eat. So while that stove is doing its thing, this is what we're on. Sling It Out stout, just the one, 7 Brothers. It's a nice chocolate stout, and it's going to go well with our reindeer stew. Just get into it. As usual, it sprays everywhere. Smells lovely, nice and chocolatey. But certainly nice and chilled. Very nice. It's going to go great with that. So I always bang on about just using these pouches just to warm your hands up. You know, instead of just placing them somewhere else, obviously make sure it's sealed properly. Put them between your legs, put them, you know, under your duvet, in your sleeping bag, and just use some of that heat. Really does trap it in these pouches once you've put your hot or your boiled water in there. You know, just to sit with your hands around that really does warm them up. You know, just between your legs, just adds a bit of warmth there basically. And it's just about using all that available heat. You know, you've boiled your water, you've used your gas doing that, well, why not warm your hands up as well? 8 minutes on that one. I'm going to have some lovely hearty reindeer stew. Hey, it's building out there, folks. That's what we like to see. Nice. Let's keep it out though. I just shouted to Tony. We're getting really excited because it's hailing and snowing quite bad now, but even though, well, I'm nearly 40, I'm 40 in a couple of months, you still get like big kids. Well, I do, like a big kid most of the time anyway, but in particular when it snows and there's sort of like bad and severe weather, it's really exciting, very interesting. But you know, there's something about being out in these conditions. It's just fantastic, absolutely love it. It's what it's all about. It's nice and warm in here now. I've warmed up after that nice meal, just enjoying the rest of this stout. We've got some Jura, some chocolate, and we're having a fantastic adventure. So we've got the cosy cover by Nordisk, my down jacket on, 2 layers underneath that, a couple of merino wool layers, and then the very outer layer is this nice cosy 700 fill down sleeping bag by Black Ice. Compacts down really small, and it's a little bit more budget friendly, and it's great for winter camping. Of course, I've got my down slippers on, keeping my feet toasty and warm, and I'm insulated from the ground by this Thermarest Neowear X-Lite. Well, as you can hear, there's still quite a bit of hail coming down. The ground is nice and white outside. I'm pretty much frozen. What I'm going to do now is one final check of the guy lines and the pegs just before I turn in for the night. I think these winds are set to persist throughout the night, so just going to make sure everything's still in place. I'm going to be holding tight. I'll say goodnight once I've done that, and just finish off the last of the single malt. But as you can hear, the weather's not letting up. It's great fun. It's time to say goodnight. Try and have as much sleep as I can. Should be enjoyable, nice and relaxing in a strange kind of way. And I'll speak to you all in the morning. Good night. So that's the campsite, fully cleared up, as you can see. No trace left, other than obviously where the tent's been. Just double check for pegs, little small bits of plastic or bits of wrappers, anything like that, and we're leaving it exactly how it should be. All I've got to do now is put these spikes on, just a cheap pair from Amazon. They're about 20 quid, but they can be a lifesaver, especially when you're going down sort of paths which you're going to have iced over when you're heading off the mountain first thing in the morning before the temperatures have got a chance to warm up. Obviously don't need full-on crampons in these conditions, doesn't require that at all, but make sure that you have some spikes. I also have an extra warm pair of gloves just hanging off my belt there. Great little lanyard by my friend Max over at Rawhide Custom, comes in really handy, just goes around your belt, but you've always got a nice warm pair of gloves to hand. These ones have got a little bit more dexterity. When things get cold, just chuck these on. So for doing tasks around camp, keep them on and then swap them over to these. When we're hiking off the hill, spikes and off. Right, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as I've enjoyed being out here in our great outdoors in these fantastic winter conditions. We're going to make my way back down to the van, get warm and enjoy a full English down in Ambleside with my friend Tony. If you have enjoyed it, please do take the time, give it a quick thumbs up, costs you nothing, and it does help me out on YouTube, so I'd appreciate that. If you're an Instagram user, go over to Instagram and check out the MCM Outdoors Instagram feed. I put pictures on when I'm doing things like this and also stories, so you might enjoy that too. And if you're a Facebook user, why not come and join our Facebook group? It's full of friendly and like-minded individuals, talk all things great outdoors and share tips, knowledge and advice. I'll see you on the next adventure. Look after our great outdoors, respect it and teach our little ones all about it. Take care.